That's the whole tragic point, my friends. What would I do if I could suddenly
I usually
and to know once again that what I feel is real? I could cry. I could
considering I almost took political science as a major in school, and almost I have a very not, I will say, opinionated look on politics in this country, but more opinionated look how law enforcement is. And I literally, it's a fucked up feeling, but I literally instilled that, and it is what it is type of mentality, and it's hard to change it, even though we are trying to change shit. But I just watched something that completely and utterly upsetted me. I just watched cops raid a motherfucker's backyard. As a matter of fact, no, let me retract my statement. I just watched cops raid somebody's backyard, shoot this man. One person, now, one cop shooting, that's perfectly fine. Well, it's not fine, but you know, it's dark. If you're gonna, I'm gonna just try to be devil's advocate, which I really can't be, because I can't even make this argument seriously. It's dark. They suspected something. Okay, we do. Multiple cops fired at this man. Multiple cops are playing peekaboo behind the fucking fence, trying to see if he has a gun. Nobody checked the vitals. Nobody did anything around the store. They're literally just like, "You alright, bruh? You alright, bruh? You alright? You okay? Keep your hands where we can see you. You're doing a good job. You gotta put the weapon away, though. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" We watched police murder this man in his grandmother's backyard. And they sat there, ordered more units. Instead of ordering medics, y'all ordered more police units, and y'all sat there and looked like who did it and ran. And y'all did that, and y'all hired more officers instead of medics, knowing you're supposed to hire medics when you fucking fire shots, knowing that you at least shot this man 5 times, because that's what one of the police officers said. Yo, wait. On today's episode of Trump You Enthusiasm, our lovely judicial system did it again and murdered another unarmed black man. And before I completely go on an ignorant rant, a very hood-infested ignorant rant, because there's nothing intelligent I can say about this topic that's not already been said. The only thing intelligent I'm probably going to say is, at this point, it's amendment or bust at this point.
what would I do
I've been saying this since Sterling.
if I could
I said this since Gardner. I said this is Trayvon.
and to know
Amendment or bust. That is honestly, that I feel like that is the only way shit will ever get done. But shit can't get done because we're looking at something, we're trying to induce something federal on something that's from a state to state basis. And state to state is, the state is going to protect the state. Take it. Just, what you gonna say before I fucking lose it?
22-year-old. 22-year-old. Just let that sink in. 22-year-old Stephon Clark caught up in some bullshit. He's walking around the backyard. Police are searching for someone who was breaking windows or something at the time, and it just so happened to take place between where he lives with his grandmother and like maybe their neighbor or something. Police chase him, saying, "Show me your hands, gun, gun, gun." Not once did they identify themselves as the police. Not once did they identify themselves as law enforcement. They chased that boy to the patio in his grandmother's backyard. One officer like peeks out and then darts back behind the wall yelling gun, 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 and they unload bullets into his body. Roughly about 20 shots. Though one tries to say he only fired 5.
Now he said he shot him at least 5 times.
The point being is that they shot this unarmed man. They had no proof he had a weapon. They were going off of what they say they thought they saw. Because, you know, guns are cell phones. Guns are iPhones. Guns have glowing screens on them. They shot this man. They shot him in cold blood. After they finished shooting him, that's when they identified themselves as the police. He told his partner to make a tactical reload. And his partner doesn't reload till probably about a minute after they already shot this man. He's on the ground bleeding, not moving, not responding. And instead of calling for paramedics, they call for backup units who show up maybe 3 to 5 minutes later. And then what they do is call out and say, "Hey, we can't come over there until we're sure you don't have a weapon. We can only see one of your hands. So we can't come and administer first aid until we know it's safe. So you gotta show us your other hand. Where's your weapon?" By this time, he didn't have a weapon. He was dead. Bled out from all the bullets riddling his body. But they're sitting there yelling at him to show them his hands and tell them where his weapon was. 22-year-old Stephon Clark never had a weapon. All he had was a cell phone. This goes back just like the Trayvon case. Getting shot for minding our own fucking business.
Lack of skills, my guy.
In Arizona. Minding his own goddamn business. Ain't bothering nobody. Boy was on his way home. And he gets shot by a prick who still walks free to this day. These officers have been put on fucking like suspended leave, suspended absence, or whatever the professional term for it is. They're still being paid after they committed this act. So if the mantra for the police in general is to protect and serve, where the fuck is the protection and what justice were they serving? Because they shot an innocent, unarmed 22-year-old boy. 22-year-old man, whatever you want to say, whatever phrase you want to point this as. Stephon Clark didn't do shit. He was where he lived, or a place where he could call home, where he could lay his head. They have non-lethal weapons. They have means and tactics for the situation. But what they did was unexcusable. They didn't even identify themselves as the police until after they shot him. So where's the justice in that? What were they protecting? What were they serving? He didn't have a gun. He didn't even get a chance to tell them that he didn't have a gun because they started shooting at him. And I'm pretty sure if you're minding your business and a whole bunch of people just pop up out of nowhere and start chasing you, talking about some show me your hands, you might fucking run too. can't see what's going on, but the police can because they had flashlights. Flashlights and body cams explained the whole story. They didn't care to find out if he was alive or dead. They wanted to act like they cared, but each time they checked, it was like maybe minutes or so later. He was already dead. So you mean to tell me something like that could go on, but and there's no justice? But you know, we got acts of terrorism going on in this country, and with these acts of terrorism, they're being seen as mentally disturbed and ill, but not for what they really are. Man getting shot right in his own backyard for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Like, this shit makes no sense at all. But yeah, we got this suicide bomber.
We can talk about that later because
I want to draw this inference right now. Use this connection. Just put this connection right here. You see. The officers were of Caucasian descent. They didn't get called anything outside their names, like it would have been if it was a black officer. They didn't try to pin this any type of way. They tried to make it sound like the officers were in at fault. Like, it was just a mishap, oh well. But clearly, even with the body cams, you could tell they're at fault. Now, we got this Austin bomber here. What was his name? Mark Condon. And they're labeling him as mentally ill when he committed acts of terrorism. It wasn't just one bombing, it was multiple bombings that he did. And he gets labeled as mentally ill and not a terrorist. If anybody of non-Caucasian skin tone here, heritage or whatever, was to do that, they'd be labeled a terrorist instantly.
even homie was mentally ill.
Sorry?
Even if homie was mentally ill.
It don't matter if they're mentally ill. If they're anything that's not Caucasian, you are a terrorist.
That is domesticated terrorism. And here's the shit that pisses me off. Any act that's committed against a non-colonizer, you'll immediately say that, oh, they're immigrants, they don't belong in this country, and this is an act of terrorism. For example, back around Halloween, there was a guy that ran a couple people over with a car through Lower Manhattan, through Lower Manhattan, ran into a school bus, pulled out fake guns, and got lit up. And I believe he died, or he did. One of the first comments I heard before they even gather up any information about the perpetrator was something related to ISIS, and I'm at my place of bi-weekly conversation. I couldn't help but to fucking laugh, because it's like, I'm like, you got no information, but he's automatically connected to ISIS. That's wow, that's fucking phenomenal fucking research you're doing. And
just like the guy who ran people over on 42nd Street was with ISIS.
Shit, like, just they're sprinkling their seeds everywhere. This is like fucking Salt Bay of fucking terrorism. ISIS is, y'all here now.
Wait, see us go in the country.
What I don't understand is, like I said before, it's a mem in a bus. In regards to the situation, Dro done cleared everything up in a more educational format, in a more of intelligent format. Why the fuck wasn't y'all flashlights out in the first place?
They pulled the flashlights out after the fact, and they still never identified themselves as police officers. There would have been a probable different scenario if they would have said, "Police, show us your hands."
Was your sirens on? No.
They just ran up.
So you mean you ran up to a car with no sirens on?
Wasn't no car. They ran into.
They just ran up on him. Perfect.
They were searching the area.
So you mean to fucking tell me
and stumbled upon him?
You mean to fucking tell me you just literally ran into the first fucking black guy you seen and decided to say, "Show me your hands," without questioning, without identifying yourself as police officers, without doing anything? Like, really fucking think about it. And like, if I was this poor young man too, I would have fucking ran and got my ass killed too. Because anyone would have fucking known. If anyone's like, yo, like anyone's running up on you, asking you to see your hands or asking for anything of that sort, and it's fucking pitch black out there, you're running.
It's flight or fight, and he had nothing to fight with. Otherwise, he would have started shooting.
Why didn't none of y'all try to tase him? Y'all tase motherfuckers for everything else? Why? Like, what was their rights being on? How you gonna respond to a potential breaking and entering with "show us your hands"? How you gonna respond to a possible breaking and entering without contacting the fucking house that originally called 911? What I want to know is how quickly y'all gonna acquit the charges. That's what I want to know. Like, save us the bullshit at this point. Save us the trouble. Save us the whole theory of act, because the whole saying, which is the most true statement in American law and law in general, it's not about what's the truth, it's about what you can prove in court, and that is 100% true, unfortunately.
War, only the victors get to tell the history.
Exact the fucking window. You know how fucked up it is to constantly like see shit like this, and then you realize in your lifetime that it's probably not gonna change.
The worst part
that I gotta like live with my future kids possibly being murdered. My mom gotta live. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm 5 years from 30. I'm still relatively young, but like, I don't want my mom to fucking hear that I got murdered.